Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Braemar Arena, home of the Edina Hornets, and for this past weekend, the home of the Edina Invitational Tournament, the 46th annual. We have a couple of familiar rivals going at it here tonight, the Bantam AA Championship tilt. It's going to be the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars and the Edina Hornets, and in this one, the Hornets will be down a couple of players. Obviously, we know that Stephen Dahl has been out of the lineup with an injured back and is hoped to be back into that lineup quite soon for the Edina squad. And then also they have another player that's out with a little bit of a game misconduct issue against the Cloquet Lumberjacks. I want to call them Lesko Carlton, but it's just Cloquet for the sake of the Bantams at this juncture of the game. But nonetheless, 11 points are going to be out of the Edina lineup. Tonight in goal, it's going to be Joshua Solomon for the Edina Hornets, and it's going to be the man carrying the torch the entire way for Bloomington Jefferson. That's Evan Redepenning. It's 4-0 so far in this tournament with 1.50 goals against average and a .937 save percentage. We are underway here from Braemar Arena. Thanks a lot for joining us here tonight on EdinaTourney.com. In the Edina end, that was Drew Grisham on the retrieve, the big tall drink of water for the Edina Bantam AA edition. That one gets through everyone, and it's played back in deep. Turning to the corner, it's Bo Luther for Edina. He's bothered on the play there by Jack Gadares, and it's spun out to the left side. And it's the Jags 4-0 in the tournament. Edina 4-0 in the tournament to play right back in. Bishop with it for the Hornets, plays that one rink wide. Reaching is Luther. He's going to sit on it in front of the Jefferson bench. It goes, and it's going to be turned away by Tristan Larson. He finds his defensive partner, Cole Jungworth. That one sent back into the Edina zone, and icing the call, our first whistle with 14:07 to go in the period. Edina found their way into this championship game. First pool play scores for you. They beat Sibley by a score of 5-2. And then it was an 8-3 win over Chaska Chanhassen. They took care of business with Lakeville South by a score of 7-1. And then they downed Cloquet by a score of 8-4 in a very feisty battle, I would say, as the place was buzzing here at Braemar Arena. Meanwhile, for Bloomington Jefferson, the Jaguars worked their way with some solid play into the final round of a 5-0 win over Owatonna. Then they beat Rocky Mountain out of the Colorado area 3-2. It was a 5-1 win over St. Cloud in pool play. And then they topped a very good Wayzata team as Nathan Hagemo made his return to Braemar Arena once again. Of course, the former Grady Edina star. That one a 4-3 win for the Jags. Big check thrown in the corner there as we turn it back up the left wing side. Not out of the zone though, as they'll walk up with Patrick Marty. It'll be gathered in and taken away by Bjorn Swanson. Play it rink wide to the right wing. It's going to be Jensen. Jack Jensen in on goal. Redepenning is there. Puck is loose down low. Redepenning was down to the butterfly, and a whistle. Looks like the net off its posts. We'll face that one off inside the Jag zone. Remember, for Bantam hockey, many of you obviously know, but for those that are just joining us and are unfamiliar, the first two periods will be played on the same surface. Then the Zamboni will come out on the ice between periods number 2 and 3. This will be the last of the championship games decided here in this tournament. Puck is played up to the left wing side. Brinkman will play that back in behind for Edina. Now Andrew Cromer was there. They try to play that one off the side of the net. A chance down low. Nice save by Redepenning. Hunter Jacobs down low, pulls it out, finds his man angling, and the skilled Tyler Rollwagon. Of course, the Rollwagon family, long and well known in the Bloomington Jefferson lore as well. They were great Holy Angel stars back in the day. Loose puck is swatted at and played back by the Jags out of the zone. And they'll find their way back into the Edina zone. And yes, indeed, it has enough for an icing. We face off inside the Bloomington Jefferson zone with 12 minutes and 44 seconds showing on the clock here in the first period. It is Edina in Bloomington Jefferson, and you know, it's cold up in a very warm Braemar Arena here tonight. Here's a foot race to the outside. On the puck for Bloomington Jefferson is Tristan Larson, and Sullivan with a save. One of the captains of this Hornet edition sees another puck come right back into the midsection on the rebound. He says no, and instead the faceoff to his left, or right rather. Body is thrown there by Bishop in the corner. Eric Wenkus, the head coach of this Edina squad. Patrick Finley, of course, the former Jefferson great himself, the head coach of Bloomington Jefferson. Bo Luther back up ice. Now it's on the tape for Jack Jensen. 4 goals, 4 assists on the campaign here at the tournament for the Edina Hornets so far. It's been steady for him. Back out of the zone they come with Tristan Larson. The defenseman plays it off the boards, back into the Edina zone as they're going to fish and regroup. Long pass sent back to the Jag line. Tipped in as the Hornets will get the wholesale. And here come the Jags with energy up the left wing side. On the puck, that was Alex Miller. Miller walks, pass. Oh, he had his man in front. That was Zielinski, Justin Zielinski. Couldn't quite pull the trigger. Here come the Hornets. Oh, and the puck hits the linesman on the way in. Part of the game, folks. Sent back into the Jaguar zone. They're going to outlet to the left wing side. Shots on goal favor Edina by a 2-1 margin as they battle at center ice for the Hornets. It was Bjorn Swanson on the play, and they're going to try and pull a little move to the neutral zone. That was Carter Thies. Sent back into the Jag zone. Cromer is there. He's had himself a 10-point campaign for this Edina Hornet team on the strength of 7 goals in 4 games. It's a nice start for him here over the weekend. Wants to finish with a championship in the 46th annual Edina Invitational Tournament. Don't forget, on EdinaTourney.com, we'll have junior gold playoff action, final round games for you here from Braemar Arena. U16 and Junior Gold B. That'll be this upcoming weekend. And then the O'Connor tournament in February. 10:34 to go. We're scoreless. Joey Henches, the Vice President of Technology, getting the job done. He's a little concerned about the camera operator that's in the frame, but I think we'll work through it. As long as it doesn't take away scoring chances, I think we'll be okay. The Jags are forced to send one back. They tried to sneak on there. Back up the middle and stood up on the play was Hunter Jacobs. Hornets now will regroup in their own zone. Bishop finds his partner over on the far side. Back through center it goes. Poke checked off the stick neatly there by Alex Miller. Body check off the end boards, and it's going to be fished along. That by Alex Miller, the defenseman for the Jags. Brinkman opened up from the top of the left point, wanted it. Bishop wanted it equally back. Bishop will walk down from the defensive position, but rolling by him, here comes the Jags with an opportunity. Johannes, shot, save. And it's hung on to by the goaltender, Joshua Solomon. So far, the Hornets enter this one with 30 goals scored against 10 against. The Jags 17 for and 6 against. Puck is sent back into the Jaguar zone. Down on the play they go. It's Andrew Cromer that's searching for that one. Bishop, the wrist shot hits traffic in front. Loose puck dribbles onto the stick of the waiting Justin Zielinski. Across the line, stood up by Brinkman, or did he stand up Brinkman? How's she going? Bishop plays to the left wing side. Turning to think the play was Bo Luther. Back at center ice, fighting through a neutral zone check. The Hornets will work it up the left wing side with Lewis Crosby. No relation, of course, to Pittsburgh Penguin great Sid Crosby. I was going to say Bing, but nonetheless, the puck is gathered through and played down the line. Crosby is there. Brinkman pinches, and it's the Jags to poke to safety. Very aggressive defensive core here by the Hornets in the early going of this one. Bishop plays from the right wing side. His snapshot, ow, right off the mitt, right in the hand of Tristan Larson, shaking it off to the bench. One of the captains of this Jaguar club goes to the bench, a little bit shaken up on that one. Back in his own zone, it's Jerome Newhouse, brother, of course, of Ben Newhouse, the future Union College product. Newhouse plays that one to the left wing side. Carter Thies was there to play in deep. Behind the net it goes. Good to see Father Mike Thies in the house looking on closely with Bill Dahl. There's a shot in on goal. And the stop made by Redepenning. Nice crowd assembling here at Braemar Arena here on this Sunday night. Right after New Year's, which was this past week, and just like that, I guess 2015 is in full swing, folks. By the way, if you get a chance, don't forget to check out On the Ice radio show every Saturday morning. That is at 9 o'clock with Chad Graff and yours truly, Pete Wagner, as we talk all ends of hockey on that show. It's a very quick moving 1 hour. I'm sure we're going to be looking into the Wild and their continued struggles in this upcoming program. We also have the game of the week. High school hockey style, there's an icing call. We're going to bring it back into the Jaguar zone. Every Thursday night at 7 o'clock, we'll be at a rink somewhere in the state of Minnesota. This week, we're going to be at Bloomington Jefferson. Bloomington Ice Gardens. It's going to be the Jags playing host to the Hopkins Royals, who are coached by Corey Peterson, making his homecoming back to Jefferson, where he, of course, was a member of the legendary undefeated team. That's the question. Right now at 11 or 12-0 with the Lakeville North Panthers, are they going to be able to hold serve and challenge that record? I'm sure the Edina Hornets, Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars, and of course to play them in the South Suburban, will have something to say about that. Nice pass down the left wing side from high to low, and there's a shot in on goal off of Romer's stick that was off Redepenning. Thought he had it. Now it's played to safety, and the Jags will be content to take the icing call one more time. Patrick Finley threw the hands up in the air and said, "Come on, guys." Or he was looking at the ref. Not sure which one. Face-off controlled by the Jags in their own zone. 7:18 to go. We're scoreless. Thanks for joining us here tonight at EdinaTourney.com. It's Bloomington Jefferson and Edina in the Bantam AA Championship. Vorlicki will fish it back from his own zone as he stood up on the play. Big check thrown there. Luther's going to deflect to center, and hustling back to make the play for the Jags was Patrick Marty. And the Jags again in the back check mode, taking away passing lanes for the Hornets, who will play it back up ice. Jack Jensen. Big hit there. Left wing side, looking to play that one through. Brinkman was there fighting through. Solomon has it. That's knocked off its posts. As working his way in on that play for the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars was Princeton Oppong. And as he got there, the net was knocked off its posts. Face-off, controlled by the Hornets, chipped through neutral. Puck will waddle its way back into the Edina zone, or Jaguar zone, rather. Off the boards and back in. Solomon will play behind. Brinkman will guide it along the wall. Crosby was there, right wing for Cromer. He's prolific. Poole cues it to the left. Shot. Redepenning is there. Puck still loose. Rolling top of the crease. Awfully careful. We had hands on there. And they're going to call a hand past Crosby. got rocked from the knees there in a really vulnerable position. Feel free to check out the rest of the website. You can go to the standings page, and from there you can really get to anywhere you want. There's a drop-down menu where you can go to Scoreboard Central and pick up some of your big scores from today. They'll be completed by the end of the evening here as we round things out. Most recent scores that have been in: Minneapolis defeats Blaine in the Pee Wee AA by a score of 6-1. How about the Colorado Thunderbirds? All 13s that come into this tournament decide they probably would be best suited at the A level. And what do? They waltz themselves to a championship with a 5-2 win over Apple Valley. Back behind the net it goes. Through center. And it'll be the Jags. Nice little play to get away from the hipper from Forlicky off the side of the net. Hunter Jacobs was there, and a penalty coming up. We're going to have a slash that's going to be called. And to the sin bin goes Jet Jungles. Take a look at the power plays coming into this one. So far, the Jags at 28.6% of their power play opportunities they've clicked. The Hornets have killed off 80.8% of the power plays. Out of the 68 teams, I kind of like how we have this set up. The Jags power play is a smooth 13th overall. The Hornet penalty kill at 45th out of 68 teams. That, of course, from all levels. Still, it's kind of a fun little stat to look at. Sent back in behind the net with 5:20 to go. Jungles in the box for another 1:45 as the power play breakout ensues. Cole Jungle, body check right in front of the penalty box. You can hear that right in your computer screen. Jags will wait for players to step onside, then we're really giving this away. There's a shot that ramps up, dribbles wide of the cage. Solomon was there momentarily. Back up to the left point, go the Jags. Jacobs was there. Another penalty coming up, that one on the Hornets. The bench imploring them to shoot the puck so they could get rid of it and subsequently get the 5-on-3.
Cross-check.
Cross-checking penalty on Jerome Newhouse as he heads to the sin bin. So Forlicky heads out on the penalty kill. Bishop comes off. 5-on-3, the all-important Crosby. Face-off win for the Hornets, but they're going to ring, but not out. Gathering in the puck, it's played down low. That's off the stick of Gadaerts. And it's going to be Gadaerts that comes away with it. Sits on it, plays it up to the left point. Hunter Jacobs wanted to let it go, but didn't get the handle. Instead he goes to the right point. That's Alex Miller. Down for Gadaerts. There's a shot up high. Rebound, rolls away, trickles back to safety. 5-on-3 for 45 for the Jags. We're scoreless. They work the offensive zone to the near side for Hunter Jacobs. Jacobs sits on it. Now he's going to go to the right side for Miller. Miller walks to the top. Plays down low to the right side off the goal line. Gadaerts shot. One-timer push just wide by Tristan Larson. Back up for Miller to the top of the blue line. Miller's quick snapper hits traffic, rolls around, score! The big rebound for the Jags. 23 seconds hung on the clock. That means the power play will continue with a 5-on-4. And they take the 1-0 first period lead with 3 minutes
16
and 54 seconds to go. So there you go.
I might add one in a second here.
Scoring is going to be Jack Gadaerts, his 4th of the season. First assist to Nathan Johannes, his 5th of the tournament, giving him his 7th point. So the Jags take the early 1-0 lead. Strike on that devastating power play that clicks at 28.5%. So far, 1 for 1 here this evening. face-off. Won by Cromer and sent back into the Bloomington Jefferson zone. 55 to go in the 5-on-4. Across the line to Zielinski, who plays it back in behind the net. Hornets, Brinkman gets it up high in the air and past Miller. Redepenning's going to have to handle with a big goal stick. He's going to leave back up for Miller. Alex Miller. It moved the puck. Stood up by Brinkman, who says, how's she going? There's a shot in front. Off the post! Oh my word. Almost 2-0 right like that. Back at center it goes. Here's Miller. Miller with it. He's going to play back. And it's sent back into the zone. Miller plays down to the low corner. Swung back in behind by Patrick Marty. Hornets with 4 seconds to go. And now a penalty coming up on the Jags. This is going to be an interference call. We'll bring the faceoff back into the Bloomington Jefferson zone. The Hornets will have killed off the second of the 2 penalties they had. As in 3 seconds, it'll be Jerome Newhouse stepping back up on the ice. So the penalty will be called on Justin Zielinski, given a minor for interference. Now have the power play as Brinkman works his way across the line. Sits on the puck for a moment. He'll take it all the way up top, around the world, we like to call that. Plays that to Jungles, Jet Jungles. Up for Brinkman, to the left side he goes. That shot's deflected off a skate, comes to the near side. Jungles is going to get called for a hold as he got his hand inside. It really looked like Bloomington Jefferson's Tristan Larson had a little bit of a step on him there as he got a mittful of the sweater. So 27 seconds.
Minor hold.
That is Jungles, a minor for hold. So 27 seconds ticked off of that power play, so the Jags will enjoy an abbreviated version of that. That'll be 4-on-4 for another minute 33. Quite an entertaining contest. Very tense battle here from Braemar Arena. Nice crowd is assembled. Out goes Crosby. In comes Cromer. The face-off controlled by the Jags. Johannes played back for Miller. Swatted away by Cromer. Back on Miller's stick. He goes to the right side for Hunter Jacobs. Nifty move. A pair of them through center for Jacobs. It's a little butcher job. There's a shot in on goal as Solomon makes the save. We always like to say you got to come out of the butcher shop there. Face off to Solomon's left. Brinkman will bump off the boards to the right side for Vorlicke. Long pass on the stick. Crosby has Cromer to the net. This is 4-on-4 hockey for another minute. Body check off the end boards by Alex Miller. And up the ice come the Jaguars. Reaching back to make the pass, the receiving of the pass. Elbow coming up here on the Jags. Right in front of the official. And the loose puck is played through. Now Redepenning's going to play it. Got kind of casual on that one. Well, they're going to go with a rough, but I saw an elbow come right up to the chops. So the penalty. So it's Johannes a minor for roughing at 13:28 as the officials head over to the Jaguars bench. on-air production meeting for you there for a moment. Joey Hench is getting things gathered in with the camera for us. Now here's Brinkman dancing up the left wing side. Now we've got a 4-on-3 to sort this out for you. Brinkman wanted the high glove, didn't get it. Off the glass, Swanson was there. Plays it back up to the point. Bishop on the offside. Bishop again. Fans on that one, off the toe of the stick. 1 minute remains in the first period. Down low it goes, in front. Oh, and off the stick. It was a great opportunity there. And back through the neutral zone it goes. So now it's 4-on-4 for another 18 seconds. We have 40 to go in the period. The Jags lead 1-0. Backpedaling in his own zone and maintaining possession. Alex Miller flushed out from left to right, races up the right wing side, gets under one would-be checker, sits on it, plays it low through the goal mouth area. Now it's a 5-on-4 power play for the Hornets. Jensen with it, played it to an open wing, and it's going to be Miller logging Rager ice time here tonight, throws it the length of the ice. That should do it pretty much for the period with 7 to go in it, 34 to go in the man advantage. And instead it's going to be Brinkman who didn't like what he saw. Power play will continue for 28 seconds. And the Jags take the 1-0 lead in the first period. Back underway here to start the second period. Jungles with an opportunity there. 17 to go in the power play for the Hornets as they look to try to get on the board here. In on goal, Redepenning is there to make the save. That would be what you would call a positional save as he's squared up to the puck neatly. No rebounds there. And will face off inside the Bloomington Jefferson zone with 14:40 to go in the period. Kicked back in behind the net. Hornets will be back on the puck. Lewis Crosby was there, and the Jags are at full strength. That gets away from Bishop. Down to the corner it goes. Cromer there momentarily. They try to play up through center. Bishop pinches, but the Jags will muscle it back to center. Bishop turns back neatly. It rolls right up on the dasher, and that's going to be whistled down, and the faceoff will come up outside of the zone. E.J. Anderson having a discussion. It's almost a He's had a couple now with the officials, and he's walked away not getting what he wants. And very rarely do you. Oh, because the puck was on the dasher. It's still in play.
Bench minor on White, just bench minor.
Because they pulled the puck in, or they touched it. They pulled it in. Yeah. They're part of the game. Joey Hench has called it a bizarre call. Puck is going to be played back up through center by the Jags. Hunter Jacobs leaves behind. Bo Luther serving the infraction and the power play, back and play. Boy, it's been no penalties in the first, let's say, I don't know, 10, 11 minutes of this contest, and that's just been a steady trail to the penalty box. Outlet to the left wing side off the wall. Crosby comes over, gathers it in, turns it back up ice. That's off a Jaguar player. Jungwirth got checked on the play by Cromer as well. And it's going to be handled by the Jags back behind the net with Hunter Jacobs. Quick pass to the left wing side. Larson gets away from one would-be checker and another. Numbers down low. They had a backdoor, scores! Larson was not going to be denied. He hung on to that biscuit. Takes it all the way to the can on the backhand, tucks it home for the 2-0 Jaguar lead. That's an unassisted marker. Another power play goal, their second of the game. For Larson, that's his first of the tournament. And his third point, the defenseman. Well, he had a man on the back door wide open. It was, I couldn't believe he just sort of kept it going through. Brinkman's shot is blocked, and it's the Jags to play it off the wall. Down low it goes. Neat pass out front. Solomon's, the puck rolled toward the goal line. As Solomon did the pirouette, he spun around to his left and covered up the puck. And the goaltender quickly got himself gathered in and is ready for that faceoff. The Jags feeling quite good about themselves right now. Meanwhile, the Edina Hornets looking to mount some offensive thrust here with 3 players out of the lineup. Not an excuse by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm sure they would like to have the likes of Stephen Dahl, Peter Tabor. And I would love to say the name. I'm going to have to go and get a pronunciation guide. Of course, Dimitrios, I'm going to take a shot. Kumantis, I believe it is. I'm getting ripped right now in the web world. I can feel it. That's why we have the chat box up. Just kidding. Out of the corner, played back up to the right wing side, picked off by the Jags as they're going to walk down low. Nice little play there by Hunter Jacobs to maintain possession. Brinkman plays the body there, gets inside on his man again. Off the boards, bounding puck through center, and in to support the puck, it's Hunter Jacobs. He's going to find an opening at center and swat it at. Hornets will step up to try to work the zone, but there's Jacobs again. Hornet player lost his edge. Jacobs had an opportunity, but couldn't quite get to the inside, and it was Brinkman who made a fine play to recover and get the job done. No ice on the play as that gets under the stick of Alex Miller. He's going to look to ring it. Instead, he puts on the brakes. He's going to cycle right back in behind. Cromer comes away with it. The big fellas stood up on the play. This is a very big Edina team as far as some of these Bantam A teams that we've seen out here this weekend. It's been 5 days of hockey here at Braemar Arena that started all the way back on New Year's Eve with 4 games that were played at the Pee Wee level, a couple of B1 and Pee Wee A games. Worked its way through from Bloomington Ice Garden to here at Braemar Arena. In some instances, all 6 sheets from those facilities. A couple at Minnesota made as well. No ice on the play. Puck will sit off the side of the net. And Luther comes down, shovels the puck back up. Here comes a penalty on Jungles. And that one was of the dangerous variety. We'll see if this is a board. Officials talk about this one a little bit. They're going to take this one all the way to the box.
Come here.
They're bringing the trainer across as the officials talk things over right now. It'd be nice to listen in, but we're going to turn down that ice mic right now and let them do their work.
10. So 1-1 line, 2-minute minor for boarding, 10-minute misconduct.
So we got a 2-minute minor for board. One more coming over. That's going to be Bo Luther to serve. And a 10-minute misconduct. You don't see the check from behind as much. They've all kind of been characterized or labeled as boards. So we'll keep our eye on the Jefferson player who was shaken up. It looked like it was more of the shoulder that went in. I don't know if they're doing some concussion type testing. But there's a definite discussion going on right now. Clean face-off win to the net they go, and in on net. It was Tristan Larson again saying, "Let me go." Stepped right up and took it right to the net. Jefferson on the power play. They already have 2 power play markers, hold the 2-0 lead. There's a wrist shot that's buzzed wide of the cage. Back up through center it goes. It's going to be Jensen for the Hornets. Neat pass to the right wing side. Retta Penning watches that one go wide, and here come the Jags. 2-1 Hornet behind the play. They're going to hurry if they have numbers. It's going to be Rung instead. They're going to try and get to the far side and do. Larson is there. Tristan Larson gets away from Bishop. There's a man open in front. Larson stood up on the play, holds the puck to the corner. Up high to the line and through the wickets. Cole Jungwirth. They got to regroup through center with 1:13 to go in the man advantage. And Jungles will have to sit for another 10 minutes, which will work its way into the third period for about a minute. Leave off a pass up at the right point, and the Hornets with great busy sticks turn it over back the other way with a 2-on-1. Newhouse opens up, wanted the shot, sends it in on goal. Retta Penning is there to make the save with the stick, and the Jags will muscle it to center. Jensen is on his man, and offside on the play was Bloomington Jefferson's Justin Zielinski. Looks like Tyler Rollwagon was the injured player on the play. And it looks like he got the thumbs up from the trainer that he could give it a go. There's a long pass. Crosby is going to take it to the corner. He's going to try and make something happen. Puts on the brakes behind the net. Jags closed on him quickly. There's Cromer lurking off the stick in front. Shot saved. A rebound. That one does not get through. Shots on goal read 14 for Bloomington Jefferson, 11 for the Hornets. Great penalty kill here for Edina. They'll cut this power play for the Jags down now to 2 for 4. Back in behind the net. I think actually 2 for 5 for the abbreviated. We're 5-on-5 now with 9:26 to go. Here in the second period, and offside it is. Thies saw it. Let it go. And the Jags maybe just ticked that puck. I'm not quite sure. Face-off controlled and sent back in by Bloomington Jefferson. There's Cole Jungwirth to play a deep turnover off the forecheck and a stapling hit off the end boards. Nathan Johannes. Brakeman muscles in on goal. Stick saved by Retta Penning. Puck rolled up off his stick. And Cromer using the big frame. But he stood up by an equally large Jack Geders. Great work by Cromer on the back check. And here comes Brinkman in his own zone. He'll look up ice. And he got a nice little pick there. You don't see that much. And took the ice and got it in deep. David Beatma plays that one back into the Hornet zone. Cutting it off under the stick, though. That was Johannes who nearly made the play. And it's Crosby with a look toward the net. Shot, save, Redepenning. Up off the stick and trapped in with the blocker to the right side of his pads. The faceoff will come up to his left. Bo Luther off the faceoff, got the stick up, nearly was able to get a backhand attempt there, but it's Redepenning who covers it up with the faceoff coming to his left. Looks like a blocker issue for the goaltender Evan Redepenning. He's the only tendy, so he can't get hurt. Or they'll have to get the trainer old school. Well, the blocker looks like it's broken or it got cut by a skate or something. And so he was, I don't know if he was looking for some tape, some stitches on that thing or what. He's going to have to make it work. For the neutral zone in front of Pat Milan, who's on the public address, one of the fine PA announcers around. Bothered on the play was Hawkins Svensson, who got the puck up ice. Neat play through the legs and nearly going high. Top shelf was off on, and instead it's off the glass, and the Hornets regrouping in their own zone. Gedderts plays that up through center and loses the handle. The Hornets then will play it behind the Jaguar zone. Marty wins the battle, advances the puck. At the line, just barely onside. Zielinski with it to the corner. Zielinski comes away. A left-hand shot walks out of the corner, just poked off his stick, and it's going to be controlled once again by the Jags. In on goal, Solomon the save, rolling puck. What's he going to do with it? He's going to leave off as on comes his defenseman to help him out, Carter Thies. Back in behind the net it goes. Picked off up high, wrist shot that's blocked wide of the net. Interference penalty coming up on the Hornets. Or a cross check, take your pick. And they continue the parade to the penalty box.
16 cross check.
So Jerome Newhouse is going to go for the cross check. You get a good look at him. And will face off to the right of the goaltender, Joshua Solomon. Face-off is handled. 6:53 to go in the period. Bloomington Jefferson leads by a score of 2-0. They're out shooting the Hornets 15-13. Oh, another penalty coming up. This is a slash all day long. And the Hornets will play it out of the zone. Now Eric Wenkus wants to know when the marbles are going to change the pockets, I'm sure. You see the conversation right there. So it's the second 5-on-3 for the Jags. As the puck is played back up to the right point. The power play we've talked about, it's devastating. That one's wide of the net. Back up to the line. Miller's going to hold in from the right side and walk down the 5-on-3 for 124. Miller again. He's going to walk. Snapper. That one's wide of the net. Chasing it down, it's Jack Gadertz. Now it's a one-timer. Miller deflects that one wide. That knocked the stick out of the hand of Brinkman. Now it's Miller again. Puck was rolling. A tough one for Sullivan to handle, and the rebound opportunity there by Gadertz. When Jack Gadertz, that is, went up over the top of that. They're going to talk about if that should be outside. It did go off a Hornet stick on its way in. Jags are going to call a timeout. I think they're seeing this as a very important time for them, and why not rest that first power play unit and say, you know, I think one of the things, and they want to fix that glove too. All kinds of things going on right now. I can tell you that much right now. So the way it looks right now, there's 1:04 on the clock. That's what's remaining in the penalty of Jerome Newhouse. And then the second penalty that was called on Edina's Lewis Crosby for slashing will expire at 1:25. We have 6:03 to go here in the second period as we continue with the Bantam AA Championship here from the Edina Invitational Tournament. It's been a lot of fun watching these two teams go at it. I mean, it's been a very controlled game in a way, in that the transitional game for both teams has been very, very good. So Patrick Finley right now is coaching him up on the bench right now, working the marker. It's kind of tough to see those markers that they write on the glass there. It's really tough to see. I've always been a big board guy. I think the board makes you look smarter. Jack Gadertz scores! He gets a nifty pass, walks to the right side, high blocker, and it's 3-0. 3 power play goals. A couple here by Jack Gadertz. And the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars lead by a score of
16 assists coming. I'll get it to you. 16, 13, 7.
That's Jack Gadertz from Hunter Jacobs and Tyler Rollwagon. So now the power play will continue. The minor on Crosby for another 1:10. Now Brinkman turns up ice on the back end, plays that one back in. Miller dangles, tripped up there by Jensen. They let that one go. I think if he stepped on the stick nonetheless, but this place would have erupted. Back up to the right wing side. That gets underneath the stick and sent back into the Edina zone, and we're going to bring it back down into the Jaguars zone. That's a big break for Edina. They have to be happy with that. Stephen Dahl having a very poignant discussion right now with what it looks like Premier Tim Heigl. I start calling him Coach Dahl. Beautiful stuff. Stephen, of course, have known him since the days of being about 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. That hat trick with AJ and Sophie, all the whole crew. Back the other way come the Hornets and just offside. Jags control. Power play continues for just 12 more ticks. 4:46 to go in the period. They lead 3-0. Back up out of the zone. It's going to be handed off to the right side. Neat little play at the line by Carter Thies to force a turnover. Jensen buzzes it wide with 5-on-5. Deflected. Redepenning gets the newly taped up and revised blocker on that one. Back up through center and back into the Edina zone it goes. Newhouse is going to be hounded on the play. And the Jags look out front. Great little forecheck there by Nathan Johannes. Miller plays that one off the boards. That's off the official, and it's going to be Newhouse offside on the Jags, and it hits Bloomington Jefferson's Nathan Johannes. That one's whistled down. Working his way down, it's Paul Kavanaugh off the face-off for the Jags. Out there with Dick Lindquist and number 5, Davin Bitma. And a whistle on the play. Penalty coming up. This one is a hold. Down in the corner, and the Hornets will go back on the, oh no. Oh, Brinkman's gonna go. He probably gave him the proverbial, it's about time.
Just one here.
Luther thought he had a penalty too. So he went right in the box.
Nothing on the board. I got to think what he had. He had the hold, he's got an unsportsmanlike.
You got a hold and an unsportsmanlike 5-on-5. I guarantee you, it was one of those, it's about times. You just can't, you just don't go. You just can't, something happened because, oh, and another one. E.J. Anderson's been teeing this one up for a while. These guys have been having a conversation the entire night.
Nothing on the board, now there's a bench minor.
Okay, so now it's going to be a 2-minute power play for Bloomington Jefferson. Now Luther, who thought he was in the box, is going to be in the box as he heads over to serve. It's one of those situations where when you're taking a lot of penalties, you feel like you're being picked on a little bit. At the end of the day, you just got to fight through it, and there's not, talking isn't going to fix it. You just got to do it. For the Jags, you want to pounce on this. 3:42, 3-0 they lead, and they have another power play, and they're showing that they're very good at it. Left wing they go. Walking down the line. Throwing the body there for Edina, and a nifty little play was Mike Vorlicki. Left point, down low, oh, wanting the one-timer and whiffing was Tyler Rollwagon. Batted down at center. And it's going to be turned back out. Big check thrown off the right wing boards by Bjorn Swanson. Another check, and the Jags will come away across the line. Gedderts is there. There's a shot that deflects in towards Solomon. Puck's loose, and it's going to be gathered right back in by Rollwagon. He plays it up high. They're going to guide it to the left side. That's Cole Youngworth. That's steered up and out of play by the goaltender, Joshua Solomon. 18-14 your shots on goal. Don't forget the ice is going to be done between periods, and then we'll be back out for the third period. Puck is played back up through the zone.
Hey, trip.
Now Alex Miller is going to go for a 2-minute minor for tripping. Here's a chance, and that's poked out of there. And another penalty coming up, and folks, we have a penalty shot.
I got a hook for a penalty shot here. I'll come back and tell you about it. Don't put anything up yet.
So we have a penalty shot coming up. So the Jags will go back on the penalty shot now. We'll see what we have for you. And here comes the penalty shot for the Jags. It's going to be Nathan Johannes and Solomon. Johannes on goal, the backhand went up high and over the top of the goal. A huge setup for the Edina Hornets. Solomon shut down the shooting area. And now the penalty is keeping this straight. It's 4-on-4 for 38 more seconds. The Jags had a golden opportunity to work themselves up to a 5-on-4 or a 4-0 lead. There's a shot and a save made by Solomon. And the puck is going to be played back through. So 3 seconds to go, and the penalty on the Hornets Brinkman. And they'll be on the power play now for another 1:05. Puck is sent off the glass. And back into the Jaguar zone it goes. Penalty coming up. This one will be on the Jags. And they've got a holding call. Into the box goes Hunter Jacobs. So Hunter Jacobs goes at 13:38 of the period. Late here now with 1:20 to go in it. Shot it on goal. Redepenning makes the save, and the faceoff will be to his left. Crosby for Edina to take the draw against another number 12. That's Opong, and it's pulled back by the Hornets, who had control. Puck will trickle to the near side. Back in behind the net. Bishop takes it to the right point. Brinkman plays down the right. 1 minute is Pat Milan notified. They go weak side. Crosby back there, scores! Crosby with an empty pass to Jack Jensen. And the Hornets pull within 2 at 3-1.
8-12-21. 8-12-21.
So that would be marked as a power play goal. Four goals in this hockey game, 4 power plays. Puck is sent back into the Jaguar zone, so Jack Jensen gets credit for the goal. That'll be his 5th. Crosby picks up his 5th assist of the tournament, 9th point of the season. 14:06 the time of the goal. Brinkman across the line for Edina with 30 to go in the period. Brinkman tries to get away from one man, stays on the puck. 25 to go, 5-on-5 hockey right now. Don't make it, it's a power play. I can't keep any of this straight, it's just crazy. Back up to the point, Brinkman has it. Hornets could pull within 1 at the end of the break here. Bishop was there, gets the puck away, sends one through that trickled just wide. 7 to go in the period. Off the end line. Holding, looking, shooting, turning back door. Oh, and that was peeled away by the Jags as they send it back out of the zone, and that ends the period. 2-goal margin for Bloomington Jefferson as we're going to enter what should be a very entertaining second period. ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back. I bumped off the air a little bit, some what we term network issues with the internet. Stepped up and gave us a little bit of trouble here, and we've been able to get that situation squared away. So here we are, back online and streaming. The Hornets with power play for 21 seconds. There was a penalty shot for the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars in the middle of that period that went up and over the top of the goal. Solomon was rock solid in goal, maintained his position, and created all sorts of havoc for the opportunity there. And then the Hornets had a power play, struck on it. There have been plenty of power plays back and forth between these two teams. Offensive zone face-off for the Jags, who come away with the puck at center ice. That's Zielinski. Gets it back through center across the checkered, plays it in deep. Be curious to see how the Jags play this third period. 2-goal lead. Plenty of time, of course, for the Hornets. Jensen wanted to go high glove. Jungles is in for his 10-minute misconduct in the boarding penalty that occurred in the second period. There's a chance that's in on goal. That's Redepenning. That's there. They're piling up in front of him. The puck's still loose, poked free. From the right point, a shot that's deflected. Ooh, that hit the stick of Princeton Opong, and he was shaking his hand a little bit there, saying, boy, that felt just a little too good. They try to go weak side there, and it's going to be cleared to safety. The Jags will be content to just get the whistle and get the new face-off. 13:49 to go in the third period. Jungles back from serving his penalty on the ice. Shaken up off that face-off in front, turns and shoots. Steered out of there by Redepenning. Shoemaker is there. The puck will be rung up to the left wing side. Jags slide over to make the play. It's Hunter Jacobs. Bishop is there. Puck bounces up in the air. Jungles waits and now steps in on the forecheck. Through center. Angling one way, it's Johannes. Inside out. Solomon steers that away. The Jags in the offensive zone have the shots on goal advantage much of the game. Now I've seen it dissipate as they trail in that category, 21-19. Oh, penalty coming up. Shoemaker's going to go for a cross check.
14 cross check.
Shoemaker on that play was down as he was sliding across the ice. Seven Shoemaker who caught him there. Cleared the line, held in neatly by Miller. Miller plays that one down the wall. Here, a big check off the end boards there. Jags will send some sauce up high for Miller. Plays it down to the left wing side. They lead 3-1, 12:41 to go. Picked off. Neat little job there. On that play for the Hornets, Bjorn Swanson. On the backhand, played back in by the Jaguars. Justin Zielinski. They're going to ring it hard. That gets away from the stick of Carter Thies, but he somehow gathers it into the corner. Nifty play there. Zielinski pins him against the wall. In to help out. Swanson. A little 2-on-2 battle. Carter Thies is dragging some major time here. 1-on-2, 1-on-3. Look at that. Wins the battle. Puck rolls up in the air. Puck is to the outside. Nothing doing here. The Jags want to bring some help. Carter Thies was taking on two guys. He's got to be exhausted at this stage of the game. Back in behind the net. Swanson gets away from one would-be chucker. Plays it off the boards. Swanson blocks that attempt. And now it's up high, look out, down low. Steered out of there by Solomon. And the check is thrown. That one by Andrew Cromer. 30 to go on the power play to the line. Miller comes away with a rolling puck nearly on a doily there for Cromer. And now it's going to be Miller again. Across the left side. Great kill by the Hornets. Carter Thies, terrific there. Watson on the right wing on the outlet, and a penalty coming up. We have a slap. And that's going to go against the Jaguars, number 11
slap.
Owen Youngworth. So Youngworth gets the slash at 3:49. And onto the ice steps Paul Cavanaugh. Down low to the left side it goes. And a shot hits the blocker pad of Solomon. The net was knocked off its post, so the Hornets will go back on the power play. It's been a special teams fest here tonight. First period or so started out really not much going on in that capacity, and it's been a steady stream to the penalty box. Brinkman is there, and that's where when you're playing this game, you have to recognize what is in front of you and getting called. Jag shorthanded, will drag it to the corner. Beatby was there, he got checked off the puck. Hornets with numbers, and they come across the line 4-on-3 with Brinkman. He has Cromer right behind him. Brinkman gives off to Cromer from the high left side. Now Brinkman sits on it, top of the umbrella. He's going to manage. Plays over the near side for Crosby. Hooked in, but back up to Brinkman, now left side. Hornets move it. Brinkman, wrist shot. Oh, and that one's off the stick of the goaltender, Redepenning. Cleared, but off his skate, not out. To the near side, the battle continued, and it's Brinkman will have to take over at center. A nice little play there by the Jags. Vorlicke plays this one down to the corner. Mike Vorlicke wearing lucky sweater 13. Crosby down low, in front, and dribbles through the goal mouth area. Vorlicke comes away with it. Sends some sauce to Brinkman. Crosby near side. Off the goal line, down low. Here's a shot. Oh, and there was an opportunity. Backdoor, puck's loose, still loose. It's all over, and going Dominic Hanship-like was the goaltender, Evan Redepenning. Just lost the stick and said, get it out of here, and picks up the puck with the blocker hand. See a guy in the old man's league standing behind the net looking at Redepenning saying, man, I wish I could be that good. Someone's got to remind him he's just a Bantam. Back up to the right side, it's Brinkman with it. Plays it down to the right wing wall. Power play continues for 19. Brinkman's shot was blocked. Nifty play there. Zielinski with it. Brinkman wins the battle. Zielinski stays on it. Ooh, he had a man going to the net. That just failed to click. Brinkman came up a little bit high on that hit, but forced the turnover. And it's the Hornets back out of the zone as the Jags are full strength. Let's see if we can get a string of 5-on-5 play here from Braemar Arena. Vorlicke stood up on the play. Puck will be run to the right wing wall. Zielinski comes away. He had a man up the ice. He's going to still try and play it offside. As sliding in was Nathan Johannes. Thanks a lot for joining us here tonight on EdinaTourney.com. This is our last of the championship games. The third place Bantam AA game is happening as we speak. We'll be updating the scoreboard central for you here a little bit later tonight. Just a few games left to go for that. Kick to center. Back into the Jag zone. And I think we got about 45 seconds of 5-on-5. So we have a cross-checking penalty. I'm certain when we look at the score sheet when this is over, the penalties will probably be doled out about the same. The only thing the Hornets haven't had are 2 5-on-3s. The Jags have had those. There's plenty of time to dole that out. 6:09 was the time of the penalty. Back behind the net it goes. Play to the right wing. They're at the hustle. Poke to safety. Look out. Here comes a breakaway opportunity. Here comes Marty in on goal. Shoot, save. Oh, Solomon with a great save there. Stayed right on it. Patrick Marty had the opportunity. Oh, that could have been very intriguing, but Solomon shuts the door. He's been rock solid. Really, since the penalty shot, he's really been very good for the Hornets. There's a wrist shot, in on goal. Misfire on the music, and that one's sent down the length of the ice. They're going to transition it right back up into center. Borlicki going to toe the line. Other number 13 is looking at him. That's Hunter Jacobs. There's a test of strength to the corner. Now it's 2 Hornets in the battle with the third. Borlicki along to help. Brinkman takes over at center, at the left side. And to the right side it goes to Crosby. Plays it down low. Jensen loses the handle. And it's Crosby. Gives off for Brinkman. His shot was blocked. That was off the feet of Jacobs. Puck is poked to safety and sent the length of the ice by Hunter Jacobs. Both of these teams are 4-0 in this tournament. This is their 5th game in 4 days. Brinkman back up ice with speed across the line, holds and shoots. That's blocked. A lot of blocked shots here tonight. That was Tristan Larson on the block. Jensen is there. He leaves off to the left side. 5 to go in the man advantage for the Hornets. 6:54 to go in the period. Deflected up and out of play off the netting. Are at full strength, back up to Newhouse from the right point. That opportunity was blocked. I don't think the next one got through. It's Johannes rather that's there. He tries to kick it up the right wing wall, but the Hornets are there to work the forecheck. Real muddy along the walls here. To center, Newhouse is there. And sliding over, it's Geerts. The Jags will find an opening. They play that one wide. The net opportunity there by Tyler Rollwagon. Back in behind the net it goes. Up to the left wing side. Overskated there. Johannes momentarily. Now the 2 squads will battle up on the near wall as they keep it muddy along the boards. 6 minutes remaining here in the 3rd period. It's going to be Swanson to play to safety. Back through the zone and icing the call. We'll bring it back into the Edina zone. So we're going to visit Joshua Solomon in the Edina net. Another face-off. Borlicki with it, plays it back around. That'll be Brinkman, man, as he logs some ice time tonight. Right wing for Cromer. Looks to the middle. And it's kicked to the near side. Jensen plays it off the boards. Behind they go. Back up high. Brinkman's shot. That's off a pair of skates. Roughing penalty now is going to be called on Alex Miller. Now Patrick Finley better be careful here because he could put his team down 5-on-3. He's going with some demonstrative facial language there. It's I don't know if that's Corey Gilbert or Andy Haugen. The Hornets call timeout. Now they're going to talk things over. It was a timeout from the Jaguars with a 5-on-3 that made a big difference.
What did he want? What do you want?
5:25 to go in the period. 3-1 the score. Power play for the Hornets. 5:19 to go. Lindquist through center. Brinkman was there. And it's Crosby with Cromer to the net. Crosby's going to walk it down low. Oh, nice glove save by Retta Penning. So to set the scene for you here, it's a power play for the Hornets. 1:42 left in it. 5:05 to go in the period. And it's a 3-1 lead for the Jags. Brinkman gives off to the right side. Brinkman gets it back. Plays back over to the left wing side. Crosby guides it down. Checked on the play was the Hornets' Jack Jensen. Entered this contest with 8 points, 4 goals, and 4 assists for Edina. Back up for Brinkman. Fans on that one. Quickly gets it back in. Vorlicki turned, lost the handle. And look out, here they go. It's a breakaway opportunity for Hunter Jacobs. In on goal, shoots, and a blocker pad save. A neat save there by the goaltender, Joshua Solomon. To the corner it goes, it's Zielinski. 4:18 to go in the period. Cromer across center, 2-on-2. Cromer carries down low, holds it, shoots, blocker pad save. A pair of blocker pads, and they're being put to work here tonight. Down low, the Hornets try to carve their way. Vorlicki's been all over the puck here on the power play. Back over for Crosby. Top of the right circle. His shot was blocked off the stick of Zielinski. Now Brinkman sits, gives back to the right side. He's going to want it back, but his passing lane was taken, then it opened up. Another tough one to handle. Brinkman's just going to throw it right back to Vorlicki. He's going to give and go off the side, and then the puck is rolling. Now Brinkman, snapshot, glove save. Retta Penning sees that one as it was labeled to the low glove corner. Slides over and makes a nice save there. For him, that's save number 26 on the contest. 3:33 to go in the third period, 8 to go in the man advantage. So the Hornets are going to look to, they need to dent the twine here to make it a 1-goal close here. Back through center it goes. The Jags are now at full strength, 3:20 to go in the third. Icing will be your call, so we'll face it back off inside the Edina zone. We will have these games posted for you online in the on-demand section of EdinaTourney.com, so be sure to check that out. Off the face-off win, Solomon's going to be forced to just hang on to that one and cover it up. A little Adams family action for you there. Pat Milan, with all these whistles, is running his playlist down to the nubs. Back behind the net, Bishop goes. Around the wall, it's going to be picked up by the Jags and sent back into the Edina zone. We're at the 12-minute mark now of the third period. Luther looks to the right wing side. Shoemaker walks the wall. He's going to play that one down low. Jags try to force it back up the wall. Can't because the Hornets were there. Now it's going to be Bishop from the right point. His shot's off the stick. Coming out to make the play there was Rollwagon. Play to the high stick. And will face off inside the Jaguar zone. .233 in the third period. Thanks a lot for joining us here tonight. Bordering on vocally challenged here. Pete Wagner, along with Joey Hench, is on the camera from EdinaAttorney.com. They wanted Solomon to the bench. Now he couldn't go because it almost turned over into the hands of the Jags. They hang on to it. Miller's a slick puck mover. Down low, steered away by Redepenning. Cromer on the puck. Now off goes Solomon and on goes Jungles. 6 on 5. 2:04 to go. That's off Jungles. Now Miller's going to take it, makes a move. Oh, wow. Just wide of the net. He made a little move to get around his man. He nearly tucked it home. That's one you kind of don't forget. That's one where you say, mark the tape, because that could have opened the door for the Edina Hornets. Managed only one goal here in this contest after scoring 30 in their first 4. That included 8 in their 8-4 win over Cloquet. Themselves a nifty tournament in front for Jungles. It bounced right over his stick as the Jaguars try to play to center, and they do. Now Brinkman's going to be forced to regroup and work some clock here as he dances to his right, turned away by the forecheck. Neutral zone coverage is there. That's going to be an icing. Solomon back on the ice now. Jungles, I'm sure, will hop back off. Both teams have exercised and used their timeouts, so they're going to be forced to go with the troops they've got right now, fatigued or not. So Jungles comes to the bench, and he's going to wait for Solomon. Brinkman back behind, left wing. Now Cromer. That's a shot go, save, Redepenning, extra attacker on, that's Jungles, 1:22 to go. Brinkman poke checked off his stick. From the corner it goes, the Hornets down low, nobody in the slot area as the Jaguar stick is there to play it to center. Now on the puck, it's Carter Thies. Right wing side for Jensen. Across the line, Jensen walks down to the corner. He'll play one through, Cromer was trolling. 1 minute remains in the third period. Not out, numbers low for the Hornets. A shot that's blocked. It rattles its way in on Redepenning, who makes the save. Uh-oh, look out, sticks are flying down low. Nothing called there. 54.6 showing on the clock here in the third period. The Jags holding the 3-1 lead. Brinkman from the right side, backhand, steered away. Behind the net, the Hornets will regroup. Back up for Brinkman. Wide of the net, but instead it's going to be Redepenning that's going to hang on. He entered this game with a .937 save percentage, showing us why here tonight, making 30 of 31 saves. Joshua Solomon has been solid in the Hornet net, making 20 of 23. All 4 goals scored on the man advantage here tonight. To the right wing side, back up to the left point. There's a shot that's deflected wide. 30 to go in the period. The Jags kicking the boards right now. And a whistle on the play. Hand pass. That one on the Hornets will bring the faceoff outside now with 25 to go. The clock is definitely not favoring the Edina Hornets right now at this stage of the third period. Especially with the faceoff outside the zone. Face-off is shoveled to the near side and back in behind the net it goes. Braemar was there. Backhand that hits traffic to the left wing side. Brinkman will hold it in, 8 to go off the side of the net. The Jags are rattling their sticks off the net with 3 seconds to go. They're going to have to face off in the Bloomington Jefferson zone one last time. So 2.1 showing on the clock. Crosby and Lindquist to take the face-off. And they just take it. And there it is, the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars, the winners of this year's Edina Invitational Tournament at the Bantam AA level by a score of 3-1. That's going to put a wrap on a terrific weekend worth of hockey. Thanks to all of the players, families, coaches, referees, all of the tournament volunteers from the Edina Hockey Association, from Kristen Gresham to Judy Goodman, to everybody that made this happen, from the co-presidents of the EHA, Mike DeVoe and Ron Green. Hats off to everybody for another wonderful tournament experience here at Braemar Arena. That's going to do it. Your final score is the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars 3 and the Edina Hornets 1. Good night, everybody.